On WLUW 88.7 FM. We also are available now on the web at livefromtheheartland.com. This week's show will be up in a couple of days, and we have a wonderful singer, songwriter, folk rock, Ryan Herrick. Welcome
Spiritual
to the
dude.
Thank you.
And you're going to start us right off with some song.
Yeah.
That's great. I understand there's an incredible serendipitous link between your music and what we just talked about with Mike.
Yeah.
So let's hear Dakota Girl.
All right. Stay another night, your face in the moonlight. You're scared, so afraid that you won't see me another day. Close your eyes, breathe in, feel the love in this moment. Know your heart, know it well, and I'll be back for you. Time will tell. Country good, a little thing, country good, a little thing, country.
Thank you.
Woo! Wow. Thank Ryan Herrick. That was called Dakota Girl, and I want to, if you can pull out one line, because it was hard to totally hear, and it's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
You did wonderful.
Thanks.
Sitting right up here in this restaurant. Give me a line out of that song that we might have missed that says a little bit of what you were getting. It's a bit of a love song, right?
Yeah. Pretty much, it's a love song, kind of a lullaby kind of thing. But the lyrics towards the end of the song are, I won't be home tonight, but I'll be awake. Please don't forget me, my Dakota girl. That's kind of how it ends.
Aye.
Tell us a little bit about your time up there on Pine Ridge.
Well, that was back in 2011, 2012. I was part of a all-natural build out of straw, clay, and pallets, and it was a cob house. And it was gifted to a family that was living out of a tent out in Pine Ridge. And it was an incredible experience. You know, I learned a lot about culture and a lot about the frame of reference that I thought I had and all my preconceived notions about what Indian life is and all of that. And it was a very humbling experience. Yeah.
Humbling for the blue eyes. Yeah, you silenced us there.
How did you get into music? And why
probably
folk rock, if that's the right label?
I blame it on Led Zeppelin 3, man.
All right.
Oh, sure. A lot of things are blamed on Led Zeppelin 3. Yeah.
And physical graffiti, too. But yeah, that's how I got into open tunings early on, and I've been kind of living in that world. And then, you know, hearing guys like Nick Drake or Chris Whitley, you know, they've been huge influences for me. But I guess it's the activism that exists in folk, and also the emotionality that is in the art form is something that really just grabs me. You know, it's very real, and there's even like the Delta blues era and the Mississippi Hills blues. You know, there's something about there's a realness to it. You know, there's the blues guy on the street playing his heart out and connecting with whoever's there, and there's something kind of primal about that.
Did you teach yourself the open tuning, or
did
you stumble into it?
Yeah, that was kind of my own exploration, and it's been that way. I'm starting to write more stuff and devising my own tunings.
Did you know that's what you were doing?
Kind of. It was kind of a mixed bag. I went into a common open tuning, and then I started doing what I do. You know,
What does
I didn't
that mean?
think about it.
Explain what open tuning means, Ryan.
So open tuning is when you voice your guitar tuning to a chord, pretty much. That's an open chord there.
Right.
Whereas on like a standard tuned guitar, you have to like play different chord shapes.
I
do
see.
all this different stuff. But with like an open tuned guitar, you can do stuff like. And that's still all in the D chord, but you can do different
Fascinating.
things. So it makes you sound way better than you are. Pretty much.
Richie Havens would say that one reason he did open tuning is that he only had 3 or 4 strings on his first guitar. So he had to learn it without all the equipment there.
Yeah.
So I think different musicians over time have picked up this kind of...
Yeah, it's almost utilitarian in a way, too.
Hey, Ryan Herrick, I'm reading these notes, and I noticed that you are influenced. You have, like, you know, meditation, spirituality, inspiration, and one of the things is Reiki. And you're
Me
sitting
too.
next to a Reiki girl.
Oh, high five.
And why don't you tell people what Reiki is and how spirituality has influenced you?
All right. Well, feel free to correct me if I, explain it wrong.
Oh, sure.
But I don't think there's a wrong explanation for it.
No, there isn't.
But I mean, it's essentially the healing power of touch is what Reiki is. It was developed, I think, by Usui. Usui, yeah.
Usui in Japan.
Yeah. And it's a fairly new technique as far as, I think it came from the 30s? 30s or
Don't,
50s?
don't look at
I don't
me.
want to trouble with history,
Yeah,
but I mean, essentially it's just it's a form of energy healing facilitated through human touch and laying of the hands.
It's basically, tuning into the energy that's really out there for all of us to capture.
Yeah.
And
Like if
there's-
you've seen Avatar, it's like that.
Yeah, it's just like that. We have a. You're going to do a live song going out, and I don't want to shorten that. At the end, we'll probably talk over it to close out the show. But what are you playing next?
I'm going to do an instrumental, and it's off of my newest album called One, and it's different every time I play it, and and something that I like to do is kind of set the intention of the song before I play it. And I like to set it towards, to me, vibration is energy, and so is emotions and all the things we feel and throw out in the world. So I like to kind of throw out the positive vibes of love and compassion and, that hope of the human spirit.
Sticks.
Exactly. So I'm going to do that.
Should we let people know about your Kickstarter project?
Sure.
It's www.kickstarter.com/project/128518. Well, they got to look up Jan Alker.
Yeah, Jam Alker album.
Yeah.
He's doing some amazing stuff right now, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm doing lead guitar and different guitar stuff for him, but yeah, we're doing a bunch of stuff, and he's kind of on the addiction awareness end and fighting his fight to bring awareness and to help people and pick them up, and it's amazing. So check him out, Jam Alker Project on Kickstarter.
Great.
Listening to Live from the Heartland show on behalf of Katie Hogan and Tom Clark. I'm Michael James. I want to thank you all for listening in. I also want to thank our guest, Rebecca Weinberg, who talked to us about schools, Mike Klonsky, who filled us in on North Dakota Pipeline, and Ryan Herrick, who is playing as we speak. Next week, we have a pretty wonderful lineup. We'll be broadcasting from the studios at WLUW downtown. We have Jeff Kelly Lowenstein, who wrote a wonderful book on the Chilean Chronicles, 40 years after the situation there, and also Susan Smith Richardson, editor-publisher of the Chicago Reporter, will be with us. Thanks to Lynn Orman Weiss for bringing us the great music. Thanks to our engineers Nolan Chin and Reed Himes, and thanks to our new intern Morgan Lonergan. We encourage you all to do good in the world, because the world needs all the good that you do. All power to the people. Over and out.